How's everybody doing? Today's video, we're totally redoing the 55-gallon wall tank. So right now it's pretty bare, there's not a lot going on. I am breeding some guppies in this tank. I have my yellow half blacks in there, just running off a sponge filter. I like all my tanks to be pretty low tech, but this is the first impression when you walk in the fish room. Before you go into the door, I have this tank right here, so I'll have to access it from behind. But today we're gonna redo it. We're doing all fake plants. So I want to see if I can get kind of like a planted tank look without all the maintenance. So it's something anybody can do. You can have it done in a day. You get the results right away. But let's go ahead. We're going to do that. For most of the video, I'll have to be behind the wall, obviously, to access the tank. So I'll go pretty fast through it. But basically, I'm going to redo the tank. We're going to see the final product probably just in a few minutes for you guys. So before I start doing the tank, I want to show you everything I have here. This is everything I bought. I ordered these online. You can buy them. They're a little bit shorter of a mat. I'll post a link to these. I got them off Amazon. But everything else I ordered. Some stuff here is for different projects, some bulkheads, some flower pots for breeding. But everything here I got from our local craft store. So I got these plants here. I got them from Michael's. It's like a franchise. You guys may have one near you. If not, many stores will have things like this if you go to a craft store in their plant section. Here they have these really nice mats, so I think I can weigh these down and put them on the bottom of the tank. I got these here. I plan on kind of sticking them in the sponge filter to kind of hide the sponge filter, give it a little more of a natural look. And I have another mat right here, has a little bit of flowers in it. These are anywhere from $10 to $15. Sometimes they're like 17 or 20 bucks. But I kind of shopped around, found the ones I like. So this is everything going to the tank. I think this will cover maybe half the bottom of the tank, maybe a little bit more. This will cover the sponge filter and the heater up a little bit. And then I'm going to kind of string this across the entire tank and have these little hooks at the bottom. I think I can almost put that beneath this sponge filter. I'm going to weigh it down with some flower pots. We'll kind of see how that goes. But I'm going to go ahead and put the camera on the other side of the wall so you can see me doing it. I'll fast forward through it a little bit. Maybe do a voiceover. The other thing I'm going to do before I put these in the tank, I'm going to just dip them in this bucket of fresh water. So if there's anything on there, there's dust, whatever, I'm going to kind of clean them real quick. But the print go straight into the tank, and let's kind of see what it looks like. Now that I'm on the other side of the tank, first thing you need to do is remove anything that I don't want in there. I have some acrylic yarn in here. It's really good to grow beneficial bacteria and also give a hiding place for the fry. But I'm going to go ahead and take that out, just put into another breeder tank I have in the back. After I do that, I want to move my sponge filters in the right places. I do have a breeder hang-on box in the back left corner. I have some guppies growing out, but I'll take that off and I can use that air line on the sponge filter sitting in the tank. Right now it's just sitting there with no air, so this will help get more filtration to the tank and kind of clean everything up. Another thing I need to do is move the heater a little bit lower so you can't see it. I'll probably cover it up with some plants, but with any of the cords and things going up, I hope I can put some of the plants vertical to kind of hide that. I'll also steal that light from my 20-gallon tank, mainly for the video. I thought I had more lights, but I need to go purchase some things for it. This tank will not need any special lighting, and it doesn't need to have a certain amount of light per day because it's all fake plants. But I'm going to start putting in my mat plants here. This one is one of my favorites. It's very thick, it's dense. It almost weighs itself down by itself. It doesn't really need anything on top. Later on I found it raising up a little, so I'll probably put something on top. The other plants are they float a lot, so things like that. I put flower pots temporarily to weigh them down. I don't really mind the look of the flower pots, so they may stay there for a while. I'm not really sure, but I can use gravel or other things to weigh them down and kind of hide that. I'm also going to add these last two mats. They're a little bit shorter. These are a lot easier to find. I bought them on Amazon, so if you don't have a store or a craft store close to you, you can find these online. I'll post a link below to find these. But I'll push those down there, weigh them down with some flower pots temporarily. The tank's already starting to take a little bit of shape. It looked kind of nice, so The last thing I'll add is that it's almost 6 foot long string of plants, and I'm pushing it in there now. It's gonna float. That's kind of my intention, and I'm gonna let it float. It looks like a fern. One thing I will do, the sponge filter to the right, it suctions onto the glass, so I actually can use those rings at the end of the plant to put behind a suction cup and kind of hold it in place to the right, and I'm going to let this flow across to the rest of the tank. But as you can see, the tank is kind of taking shape. The guppies are swimming around. I think I'll get a lot more babies with all this coverage, and it'll definitely look a lot better in the end result. Now that I have it secured, I kind of just moved it around a little bit. You want everything to face upward, but these plants look really nice, and they're going to last forever. Like I said before, with any fake plant, you don't have to worry about if it's going to do well for you. They're always going to be in there. The last plant I have, it has little ridges on it, so it actually worked out. I put it behind the sponge filter against the glass, and it kind of held itself down, so that worked out perfectly. For the video, kind of for the thumbnail almost, I put a towel behind the tank, and it really gave a nice background. With the lights off, it just looks great. But here is the final product, and I really enjoy this tank so far. Alright, so there you have it, guys. All in all, I'm super happy with this tank. It's not perfect, nothing's ever perfect, but it looks, I think, 100 times better. There's still some things to tidy up. I need to weigh down this plant. I was kind of hoping it was so dense, it may weigh itself down. I'll put some rocks in the middle and kind of hide it. I might even take these out, put some gravel at the bottom so they get weighed down. You won't see those flower pots, but I don't mind the look of the flower pots, to be honest. But I edited a little bit when I was setting up. When I actually took the plants into the tank and fast forward that, kind of edited a little bit. It was only 11 minutes. So this whole tank probably took me a half hour with just cut and dry, not videoing, nothing like that. Maybe even 20 minutes. So it took me no time at all. I think when I bought all the plants, maybe $70 at the store, and I kind of just went on a splurge and bought a bunch of plants. These I bought online. They were like $4 a piece. Got some flower pots, and the tank was already here, so it wasn't very expensive. It's definitely cheaper than live plants, and they're going to last way longer, and you're going to get that look instantly, and you don't have to worry about, is that plant going to grow for me, is something going to die? So I'm happy with the tank. Let me know below in the comments what you guys think. Time will tell how the tank looks in a month from now, but nothing's going to really change unless they get algae or anything on them like that. But that's where it's a lighting issue. So like I said, go below, comment on the video. Please like the video if you like this. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll get updates on this tank, my fish room, and more videos to come. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.